And hey, what's up guys, it's your boy Court here with another video, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys a guide on anime Vanguards. So let's get right into it. Alright, so when you first spawn in, of course you're not going to have all of this stuff like I do. These are all like kind of secrets, mythicals, exclusives, all that fun stuff. I want to tell you guys the basis of this game. So basically when you spawn in, you're going to have to pick a starter. You can either pick Ichigo, Roku, or the other one, and I did call Roku just because the naming in this game will be a bit different. You'll notice like Naruto being Baruto or something. I mean, not Baruto, but being like Naruto. So yeah, they just do that on purpose just to avoid copyright. But yeah, so you have to pick one of your starters. The one I picked was Ichigo. I think he's the best out of all of them, just because you can stack him 4 times at the front and he'll do a lot of damage. So yeah, so first you want to choose your starter, and you actually want to type in a lot of codes. So yeah, I'm actually going to give you guys the codes here. These are perfect for starting up in the game. And this actually includes all of the Twitter codes as well. So the first code is 10k likes. The second code is 100k likes. The third code is 200k likes. The fourth code is 300k likes. And the fifth code is 10 million visits. Now those ones are all the codes currently in the game. I would definitely recommend using those codes when you get in, because it'll give you a lot of these gems. And even before you play, I would recommend summoning. The good thing about these codes is that it gives you a bunch of gems where you can go summon. So I'm going to go right here and talk to this guy, Hercule. You can even press here on summon to come here, and you want to interact with them. So right here is the banner. So the person in the middle of this banner has the highest chance of getting it. So Naruto, if you go here into index, he has a 51.2% chance every time you roll a mythic. So it's really good rates. But anything else here in the banner also gives you very good chances as well, like Cha-In and Obita. Obita and Cha-In are way better than Naruto. I would definitely go for either one of them. They're much stronger. So yeah, pretty much you can do that. So this is how the summoning works. So you have the rares here. Of course, Ichigo's right here. Roku's right there. The epics, a bunch of cool stuff. Legendary. The mythics as well. Really good stuff. Yeah, you basically want to aim for getting these characters that I have. Sprint Wagon is a must when it comes to this game, and I mean it is a must. He is very important. He's actually known as the money farm. So I'm actually going to hop into like a basic kind of starter level and show you guys how I actually run it. But Sprint Wagon is a must. You definitely want to get him from summoning and definitely put him in your slot. Now when you first start out, you're not going to actually have 4 of these slots, it's going to be 3. So you want to make sure that Sprint Wagon takes up at least one of them, and then maybe Ichigo or whoever else you get. So let's say you don't get any like mythicals like Song Jin-woo, or this exclusive you're not going to get unless you complete the battle pass, or even Alucard, which is a secret if you get really lucky. So what you want to do is what I would recommend for starting out characters. I'm actually going to go by kind of like exclusivities, like legendary, like I'm going to go by like the rarities, like legendary, epic, mythic, all that fun stuff. So you're probably going to for sure get rares. So let me actually go back here to him. For rares, of course, stick with Ichigo. Have Ichigo in one slot and have Sprint Wagon. You really want to get Sprint Wagon. The second you get him, equip him. He's very good. You have Ichigo, Sprint Wagon if you're starting out. If you get lucky and you actually start pulling some legendaries, for you, that's all up to you. I personally would prefer Kizaru right here. Kizaru has a bunch of DPS. I think he's one of the highest DPS in Legendary. If you do get him, use him. But other than that, I would recommend any other Legendary. If you don't get Kizaru, it's really just Kizaru and Pain actually. Pain is also a really good option. These two are the best. Pain actually pushes back your enemies, which is really nice. So yeah, I would say starting out before you hit level 10, run Pain or Kizaru with Sprint Wagon and your starter, which is like Ichigo, whichever one you pick, Roku, whatever, right? So those are the ones you want to start out with for sure. And if you do get lucky and you do get legendaries or all that other fun and cool stuff, which of course I already told you what legendary is, but if you do get mythics and you get lucky, I mean, the way I like to tier mythic, I think Song Jin-woo and Alucard are tied, but in mythic itself, Song Jin-woo is the strongest. So you want to have Song Jin-woo first in terms of priority for what you equip, and then you want to go into Vegeta Super, and then that's pretty much, in my opinion, like the best ones. I mean, also Obita too is also very good. So it's actually Song Jin-woo or Obita. Those are really good, which is actually just Obito. So yeah, you want to get those as well. Very good choices, very good options. So you want to do that. Yeah, Haruka Rin, don't mind this. This is just from like battle pass and stuff like that. Alucard you can actually get, I believe at level 10 is when secrets and shinies unlock. So once you do get level 10, you can roll for him. He's one of the strongest in the game, and he does a lot of DPS, so you might be wondering why his damage is lower. He actually does a bunch of bleed damage. That's his main thing. So yeah, your entire goal is to go through all levels, grind all the normal stages, go to the legend stages, and then for legend stages, based on what you want to evolve, you can get that up. So we're actually going to get into some gameplay real quick, and I'm going to show you guys what I do. Let's just hop into it real quick. That's just some of the basic, how to get started, what to do for building your actual unit, your actual team, what I would recommend. So in order to actually play, you of course want to press this play button right here, and you want to go run over here and run into this door. Now I've already cleared all these stages. You're probably just going to have Planet Namek here. You want to go to Act 1, and you just want to press confirm and start. So once you come in, it's going to have you do vote start, and after a bit, it'll have you skipping waves. If you don't want to have to press the yes button every time to skip a wave, you can just go here into settings and turn on auto skip waves. And yeah, so whenever you're ready, you want to press vote start. So the first thing that I do is I instantly pop my sprint wagon here. So the whole name of the game, the strategy I use for actually getting through all of this, is I actually let the mobs or kind of units come over here, and I just kind of accumulate money by putting out as much sprint wagons as I can, and then buying like the super strong stuff. Now this is gonna be if you do have sprint wagon and you're using a lot more expensive units. Like as you can see, I'm using like 1700, 1200, 2000. So that's how you would do it once you get higher up in kind of like level and get like the very like stronger units. So yeah, as you can see, those two are spawning. I'm probably gonna put my units back here, and yeah, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna wait for this all to go through, and it's just gonna go like this. And you see at the beginning of every round or every wave, sprint wagon, see, they each gave 300. Which is really, really nice. Now, what I'm going to do here actually, because I'm like right next to 1700, 1642, I'm going to sell one of my sprint wagons. I'm going to put a Sun Jin Woo right here. Boom, just like that. So that's our first unit place. So this is how I play. This is how you should play once you get a lot more of the kind of stronger and more expensive units. That's how I would recommend playing. And of course, I'm going to put that back up there. And the first thing I do is I actually focus on upgrading. This is if you're higher level. If you have sprint wagon, just because Sung Jin Woo does so much damage at base, I don't have to really worry about all these like soldiers or alien elitists. So you can do that. When you are starting out, you want to put 4 Ichigos here. So 1 Ichigo there, 1 Ichigo there, 1 Ichigo here, 1 Ichigo here. That's how I like to run it, because you can just place 4 of him. And then you can have sprint wagon or anything like that. It should be very easy these first few levels. Just kind of place them here at the spawn, or even spread them out if you don't want aliens to get past or these units to get past. So you want to definitely do that for sure. Now, as you can see, from wave to wave, I'm just going to keep upgrading this fun stuff. You want to make sure you max them out, because the yen that you get every round actually goes up every time you upgrade them. So the first thing I do is I max them out. If I see that there's a lot of them, I start placing some units in between, but I really prefer maxing them out. And yeah, that's like definitely a must. So I'm going to upgrade all of this here. As you can see, Sung Jin Woo's handling this easily, mainly because he is one of the best units in the game. Again, you'll be with Ichigo, so I wouldn't be too emphasized on money farming first. I would emphasize on just putting down your units first and then focusing on that money, but having at least 1 sprint wagon out there does help a lot. Now that I see that there's a tiny bit more, I'm going to put an actual Haruka Rin right here and then another one. Now, I'm actually going to replace the Sung Jin Woo right next to Haruka Rin, because what she does, and you'll get her later on, is she actually gives you this very strong buff where, here, I'll actually read it here for you. Damage plus 3% per wave for all units in range, maxing out at 18%. So that's 18% free damage right there for anything that's here in the range. So it's very powerful, especially for Sung Jin Woo. It does a lot more damage. Like, you see, these two have a difference already so much, like 300, 400 damage difference just because of Haruka Rin. And you see every round's gonna do that. Now, while that's happening, as you can see, I'm already getting maxed out on all the kind of money here. So you want to go over here and spend them all. Make sure to upgrade them here as well. This will happen sometimes whenever your money farms get stacked in each other. Don't mind that. Just try your best to click through them. If not, you can press manage units and actually press on each unit and upgrade them as well. If you ever do have Haruka Rin, don't upgrade her. You don't really need to. It just increases her range if you want to have more range. But I just go with the range trait. So yeah. Now that everything's upgraded, I'm now going to start popping Alucrods here. So he's really strong. I put just 1 on each side. So this is like generally how you would kind of stack at the front with Ichigo or your starter or with anything. Just put them side to side, or you can even spread them out, but they just cover more range and attack at the same time. And these Alucrods might actually handle the entire waves, but just in case, we're going to have them right here. So now we're going to get into character upgrading. This you can do at the very beginning if you need more damage. You want to select your units, and you can press the upgrade button or just press T. And you just press T. And as you can see, after upgrading sometimes you'll have this plus thing. So once you upgrade, you get that move. So once I upgrade him, you start using this move, which does a lot of bleed damage. And so yeah, that's the main part about upgrading. Brings up the damage, the speed, and the range as well of the actual unit. So you want to make sure you max them all out. What I like to do is I like to max out 1 at a time. So now you see he has Mistform, which is this really strong move. I like to max that out, and yeah. And then I also max my Sung Jin Woo, my Haruka Rin, and all that stuff. Well, actually, don't upgrade Haruka Rin, but Sung Jin Woo for sure. Now something I'm noticing is, okay, we have all this set up, but you see these two Holocrons are already covering everything. So what you can do is you can actually sell these units and replace them. So what I do is, I think this is a good spot right here. And I put another Holocron right here. You want to make sure it's all in the range. And I put a Sung Jin Woo right here. And then another Sung Jin Woo. And then third Sung Jin Woo. That's like right in her range right there. They all get that buff. Here's the thing. When you hit wave 15 and the boss is coming, sell all your money farms. So by pressing X, you can sell a unit, sell all your money farms. Like, there's not going to be another wave. The highest wave in this game is wave 15. So after that happens, sell your money farms and then just start upgrading. So upgrade like everything. I'm going to start upgrading this, getting another Mist form. I'm going to get this up to like Dragon Fear. Just a bunch of upgrades. And yeah, I mean, we got Vogeta, also known as Vegeta, of course, guys. So yeah, you just want to make sure these come through. And you want to like just kind of have them come through slowly here. Now this is a very easy starter level. It will get harder. I'm using a super like advanced method or my method for like these easier bosses, but this will work for most of the stages, if not all the stages in the game. And yeah, it's really easy. Now, boom, just like that, we beat him. So we get 80 mythic gems, some gold, some senzu beans, and just like that, shows you all the progress, shows how much XP everything got as well. And now you want to return to the lobby. Okay, now that we're back in the lobby, I'm going to teach you guys how to actually feed your units. And by feeding them, it just gives them more XP. And every time you have more XP on a unit or more levels, of course, they do more base damage, more SPA, more range, all that fun stuff. So you want to press here, units, you can even press H to show all your units right here. Of course, you know, Haruka Rin's dancing as usual. And then you want to press on Sung Jin Woo, for example, and you want to go here to feed. Now you can select the items, you can press one at a time or press at all. And right here will say how much levels will go up. So you just press feed. And boom, just like that, they're fed. So his level went up. So as you can see, his damage went up a tiny bit as well. So yeah, it's really, really good. That's how you do feeding to kind of level up. That'll help you level up everything when it comes to actually like leveling up your units. And then of course, you can always go here and summon. Of course, I like summoning in between. You can even save up and summon. I don't really like this banner too much because Naruto's in the middle. If Obita's in the middle or Cha-In is in the middle, even if Sung Jin Woo's in the middle, I would say definitely spin or at least pity for those summons. And yeah, now we're gonna get into traits. So I'm gonna go talk to my boy Manda right here, also known as Madara, of course. Now I don't have any trait rerolls at the moment, but the way that this works is you basically just select a unit and it actually tells you everything here on the trait index. So you need these trait rerolls. You can get these from quests, from dailies, from the battle pass. So many different ways to actually get these. Oh, even also dailies and challenges. You can get a bunch of this stuff. So these are all what all the traits do. So of course it has all of these listed here. What you want to mainly aim for is all of these mythical ones. So as you see, I have the ethereal on my Sung Jin Woo. I'm going to show you guys what that actually looks like. So this is my Sung Jin Woo. As you can see, ethereal gives him 20% damage, minus 20 SP, which makes him faster, and plus 5% RNG, which by RNG they mean range, of course. So yeah, you want to definitely aim for these mythical ones if you're not having good luck. The other ones you want to aim for are either Scholar, Marksman is pretty good as well because it increases your range. If not, you want to also aim for Vigor. Like Vigor 3 is really good, which gives you a bunch of damage. And yeah, that's how I would go for in terms of the traits. One thing I will say is for Brent Wagon right here, you want to go Fortune, mainly because it gives plus 20% income, minus 10% for non-farm units. I know he's a farm unit, but in my experience, what I've realized is that he actually does give money. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I ran Fortune and that's why he looks like gold. And I have it on my Alucard as well, which is also a non-farm unit, so it helps a lot. Fortune's also really good in case of that kind of money efficiency whenever it comes to those waves. Now, we're going to talk about the time chamber. So the time chamber, this is the AFK world. So basically how this works is you want to press E on here, and it'll take you to like a different kind of like screen saying like, hey, you get this many gems and that many gems. And so basically you just AFK there for hours. I would recommend turning on an auto clicker just in case. And yeah, so VIP members like myself here get 2 times the gems. Normal people get about 10, I believe. And premium members get about 1.7. So I would recommend that, especially if you're like sleeping or have school or doing something else. Definitely just go into that AFK world, and when you come back, you'll probably have like 2,000, 3,000 kind of gems that you can easily use for a bunch of summon rolls, which will help you a lot, especially if you need like kind of secrets or legendaries or mythicals, all that fun stuff. What you also want to do as well is kind of keep your eye out for these quests. Make sure that you press all of them are completed, because you see they all give trait rerolls and all that good stuff as well. And yeah, now we're going to move on to actual stat rerolls. So this is also a very important part of the game. You want to come talk here to Cyan, which is right next to the spawn to the right of it. And she's going to talk to you. You go to stat reroll. I don't have any chips at the moment, but say like you select someone like this and you have all these stats, right? So you want to make sure these are all either S or Z. So what this one does is it lets you actually reroll a specific stat. So you have like SS and you want to roll a D to like an S. If all your stats are bad, which is kind of like mine right now, you would use a stat chip which rerolls all of them. And you see it has stat potential and everything like that, which helps them get better stats as you level them up and get takedowns or use them in the actual matches or kind of waves or stages as well. So that's stat rerolls. And then also another way to get really good gems is by doing the enemy index. I know at first, like, of course, in between, you're going to have to go stage by stage by stage and just go through all this, then go to legend stages and then do the legend stages here. What you want to do is you want to come and talk to this guy. So he actually has an enemy index. So from this enemy index, each one of them, I think gives like 50 or 60 gems. And so once you finish all the stages, you'll have like easily close to like 800 gems that way. So you can use that for a lot of roles as well. And then also Gilgamesh right here as well. He gives you level milestones, which is really, really, really nice. And based on every milestone, you get different rewards. So I'm not even level 15 yet, but I'll get 700 gems, 5 trait rerolls, 800 gold, and you know, it just kind of varies based on how many levels you have. Now, if you go to like super, super high levels, like level 100, you get 3,250 gems. So yeah, that's really nice as well. And another thing you want to do is you want to go here to collections as well. It'll do the same thing as the enemy index. And yeah, so that's really, really nice. And then now we're going to talk about one more thing, which is Ascensions. Now, Ascensions is right here as well. So in order to ascend, you have to actually be maxed out with your stars, I believe. Now, actually to ascend, you don't need too many kind of requirements. You just go over here, of course, you talk to them to ascend. You pick your character here, and you just need like shadow traces, which this stuff, these mythic items you get from legend stages, which you just have to grind. Another one, usually like another Song Jin Woo or like another one of your units, and it'll get you to a bit better of base damage, and you can ascend them and then it'll just bring up their stars, which is really, really nice. And yeah, you want to do that for sure. And I'm going to get here into crafting and evolving. So right here, if we go over here, this is where you go to actually evolve your unit. So say I want to evolve Song Jin Woo, boom, it says right here. So he goes from Song Jin Woo to Song Jin Woo Monarch. And this is all the requirements. I'm going to show you guys in a second how to get all this fun stuff. So the reason why you want to evolve is because to get more moves and more passives. Look, he gets plus 35% damage. He gets 2 new passives and a new active ability. If we go here to unit passive, look, he gets job requests. I mean, he already has job requests. He gets necromancy. He gets the shadows, all this strong stuff. So now in order to get that stuff, you have to also grind legend stages. For shadow traces, what you want to do, I'm going to show you guys right here. I'm just going to use Song Jin Woo as an example of what to actually do when it comes to grinding. So you go here to play. So you go to legend stages. And if you go here, go to Act 2, right there. You have a 25% chance of it dropping per wave, or sorry, not per wave, per match or per stage run that you do. So yeah, you can just grind like that and you get this stuff called green essence. Now, this is very important in crafting because not only do you need that shadow trace to actually evolve, you also need a bunch of these other stuff. So I'm going to go back here and show you guys. You need rainbow essence stones, yellow essence stones, pink essence stones, rainbow essence. So in order to get these, you go right here to crafting. Now, as you can see, you need these green essence stones, which you get those from legend stages as well, which is really nice, which means you can grind both the material you need for your evolve as well as the green essence stones. This is more endgame, of course, and so you can craft all of these ones, and then say if you need to craft the rainbow essence stones, you need one of each, of course. All of them, you really just need the green essence. So that's basically how you do that. It's not that bad. You want to evolve. The game's really fun. It just came out recently. I'm sure they're gonna add a lot more codes as well, and you know, it's just a really great game. Especially since I know Type Soul and other games are like very, very like dry right now, and it's just a great new game that came out. By the way, if you guys aren't subbed, feel free to take a second of your day just to hit that subscribe button. I would really, really appreciate it. We're on the goal to 2K. So yeah, that's pretty much been Quirt. If you guys have any questions regarding anything in the guide, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Just make sure to just feel more than free to comment them below in the comments. I'll make sure to read every comment and like every comment that I can as well. So yeah, it's been your boy Quirt. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.